If your proposal is weak, your entire project can fall apart before it even begins. You could spend weeks writing, only to get vague feedback or a flat-out rejection. You'll end up rewriting everything from scratch, second-guessing every decision, and if the underlying flaws aren't fixed, they'll haunt you right through to the final submission. So long story short, your proposal is the foundation. If it's shaky, the whole project suffers. So in this video, we'll unpack 3 deadly sins students make when writing their research proposals so that you can avoid them. Let's dive in. The first major mistake is starting the proposal before you've fully worked out the methodology and practical details. It's easy to get caught up in the big ideas, the theory, the research questions, the fancy terminology. But if you haven't thought through how you're actually going to answer those questions, your proposal will be vague. Vague research aims, vague research questions, vague methodology. And vague equals red flag for reviewers. Remember, your proposal isn't just about what you want to do. It's about showing that you can actually do it. So before you start writing, take the time to map out the details. What exactly am I investigating? What kind of data will I need? And where will it come from? What's the most appropriate method to collect and analyze that data? Is this doable, given my time and resources? If you can't answer those questions clearly and confidently, it's probably too early to start writing. Sort out the thinking first. The writing will follow naturally. All right, on to mistake number 2, which is failing to justify your research. Many students explain what they want to study, but they don't clearly explain why it matters. Why should anyone care about your study? What research gap are you addressing? Who will benefit from your findings and how? If you can't answer those questions, your proposal will struggle to stand up to scrutiny. Think of your proposal as a pitch. You're asking the reader to invest their time, their support, maybe even funding. So you need to make a convincing case. To do that, you need to clearly define the research problem, explain why it matters, show how your study fills a meaningful gap, and back it up with high-quality, relevant literature. In short, the why is just as important as the what, maybe even more so. So don't skimp here. Sell your ideas. If you're finding this helpful, you'll love Research Proposal Bootcamp, our free masterclass that helps you write a winning proposal in half the time. Over 10,000 students have used our step-by-step framework to craft compelling, credible proposals fast. If you want to do the same, join today for free using the link in the description. There you'll also find a link to download our tried and trusted proposal template, which will speed up your writing and ensure you have a rock-solid structure. You're welcome. And now for the third deadly sin, and that is misalignment. Misalignment happens when the sections of your proposal don't talk to each other. The problem statement introduces one thing. The research question explores something slightly different. And the methodology doesn't fully address either of them. The result, a disjointed, confusing proposal that feels stitched together rather than strategically planned. In other words, that's the kind of proposal that's highly unlikely to get approved. Even worse, if it does, by some miracle, get approved, you'll hit major problems down the line when it's time to do the actual research. So how do you get this right? Well, here's what good alignment looks like. The research problem sets the scene. In other words, it makes it clear what the issue is. The research aims and research questions then flow logically from that problem. In other words, they point in the direction of how to solve that problem. Lastly, the proposed methodology clearly explains how you'll answer those questions and thereby solve the original problem. Long story short, everything should pull in the same direction. When it does, your proposal feels cohesive, credible, and well thought out. So once you've written your draft, take a step back and ask, does each section flow logically into the next? Are all the pieces working together? Have I presented a clear, intuitive argument? If not, revisit and refine until it clicks. Getting this right takes some effort, but it will dramatically increase your chances of first-time approval and make the rest of your research journey a whole lot easier. Need help making it all fit together? Remember to check out Research Proposal Bootcamp. The link is in the description for your convenience. All right, time for a quick recap. Here are the 3 proposal mistakes to avoid. Mistake number 1 is jumping the gun. Don't start writing before you've mapped out your methodology and practical plan. Mistake number 2 is having a weak justification. Clearly explain why your study matters, who it helps, and how. And mistake number 3 is having a lack of alignment. Make sure every section connects and supports the big picture. If you get these right, your proposal will be focused, persuasive, and more likely to get approved the first time. Less stress, less rewriting, more momentum. Once your proposal is locked in, your next step is tackling the literature review. We'll break it down in this next video. See you there.